Hi, I'm Teryn and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, if you're new, I make a lot of skincare focused beauty content as well as fashion and life content. If that interests you, please be sure to check out my other videos, like this video, and subscribe. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I'm moving from Charleston. I'm so excited to be moving, especially because this move will help me for my next move. Like many people, I'm moving back home just to save money, regroup, and kind of map out what I plan to do in the future. Before we get into reasons for why I'm leaving, let's talk about what I would love to have in a city that I live in. Probably the main thing that I'm looking for in a city is walkability. I want having to drive a car to be optional, and I also want to have reliable public transportation. I remember being in college and just being able to walk anywhere, being able to meet up with friends just so easily and not having to rely on driving a car unless it was to go off campus somewhere. And I actually miss that type of community and that sense of belonging where you see people, you run into people that you know. I just miss having that type of atmosphere. While I am an introvert, sometimes I do question whether or not I really am a homebody. There's plenty of things that I like to go out and do, but it's just the fact that I have to plan for it, get dressed for it, drive to it, drive back. If there's something else that I want to do along the way, I have to map in traveling to that other place and whatnot. It's just not as fun as being able to just walk somewhere or get on the bus or train and just like go and not have to worry about navigating traffic, etc. It's just nice to be able to move and like be able to walk down the street and have a cafe, a restaurant, go to the movies, etc. I think if it were easier to navigate to different activities and things to do, I would probably not spend as much time in the house. Another thing that I'm looking for in a city is having a vast amount of career and job opportunities. I live in the Charleston, South Carolina area, and I lived in Columbia, South Carolina, and the amount of jobs is very small compared to cities that I've lived in like Dallas. While Dallas had a lot of job opportunities and career opportunities, there wasn't a huge variety of them, meaning that I was working in fashion at the time and there weren't a lot of fashion jobs versus a lot of these bigger cities have the options to work in music, entertainment. I might be able to work in music at this one particular company, but at least in a bigger city, I'll have more options. The third thing that I'm looking for in a city is having things to do for pretty much everybody. I want to live somewhere where I can go to a professional sporting event, where I can go see a live performance, a concert, go to an art gallery, hit up museums, try out new restaurants. The fourth thing that I'm looking for in a city is diversity that is embraced and welcomed. Of course, anywhere and everywhere, there are going to be people who are not accepting of people who are different from them. So I'm not clueless about that. To kind of sum up my reasons, basically what I'm looking for is what I call a tour stop city. Basically, to me, what a tour stop city is, if one of my favorite artists is having a concert, I am living in a place that will for sure be on the tour stop. This may vary based on the genre or artist that you listen to. I just remember going to concerts in Dallas and loving it and just being able to quickly head over to the venue and go back home, and I loved it. Versus like now I have to see what's the closest city to me, or maybe I want to fly out to this city to enjoy the concert. And honestly, living in a tour stop city is expensive. Living in a walkable city is expensive. That is one of the telltale signs. If you are able to walk places, have reliable public transportation, chances are the city that you live in is pretty expensive. Leave a comment of the city that you think I want to move to. Charleston is a beautiful city with a deep history that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge in its entirety. Some of the reasons why I'm excited to be leaving is because, one, I think Charleston, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas in general are becoming way too expensive to live in. I understand that a lot of people move to this area with COVID and with their jobs becoming remote, but to me, I can't justify living in a city that does not have all those different things that I'm looking for in a city with it being this expensive. And it continues to rise and rise, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Even the gas prices to me are ridiculous, and a lot of it is just because this is a huge tourist destination, so people drive up the prices on a lot of things, and they know that people are moving from more expensive places and that they can afford the $2,000 rent for a one bedroom. I just I'm just not feeling that. Then there is the lack of diversity in Charleston. I would say there is diversity in Charleston, but it's not really embraced, or it's kind of watered down, if that makes sense. And if you know, you know. And of course, like living in the South, there is going to be racism. The most racism that I've experienced living here is in downtown Charleston for sure, hands down. And it's so weird and off-putting. Charleston is a huge tourist destination, but it's not that big, so it's really hard to escape that. Not saying that it's just a horrible thing to have, but it is kind of obnoxious and not as enjoyable, if that makes sense. Another reason why I'm ready to leave is that basically all of my friends here have left, and a lot of the friends that I still have are planning to leave, which is common. That's gonna happen. I've left plenty of cities, but it's just something that doesn't stick. Like, I want to be able to have a sense of community. I have friends that live all over and I have plans to visit them, but it does really suck to have people that you enjoy being around leave and you have to constantly make new friends. But that is life. One of the main reasons why I'm leaving is because I can go live somewhere rent-free and be able to save money, which is something that has been really hard and challenging for me to do over the past few years. So I'm excited about that and excited to have an opportunity to build up my savings account and just be able to enjoy life more. If you're watching this and thinking about moving, let me know where you plan to move to. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos. Thank you again.